In this video, I will share how to practice self-compassion at work. Hi, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is LJ Malberg and I'm the president of Compassionate Muse. I coach C-suites and executives, managers and entrepreneurs at every career stage, and I also consult with organizations in human-first approach strategies. I love my work, and here on my channel, I like to talk about industry best practices, industry interviews, meditation, mindfulness, and more. If you love what you see here, give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you're notified each time I release a new piece of content every week. And now, let's get into it. As a coach and a consultant, I am constantly trying to think up ways of how to practice more self-compassion at work, because it doesn't just do me a service, it does a service to everyone around me. And so it's really important to me to look at the areas where I struggle most and see how I can invert that into more self-compassion. The two ways that I come up with and that I come up against more often than not are forgiving myself for making mistakes and asking for help when I really don't want any help because my pride is getting in the way. The first, forgiving myself for making mistakes, I tend to be a little type A. I tend to be a bit of a perfectionist. I like bringing my best self to work. But in my work as a coach and a consultant, it's really important to honor the whole me, bring my whole self to work. And sometimes that means admitting to myself that it's totally okay to mess up. And since I'm going to do it every day, we all do it every day to some extent, I think it's important to just acknowledge it and get it out of the way. Be honest about it, get real, right? So for me, it's about acknowledging the fact that I'm human, that I'm gonna make mistakes. And so for this reason, I have a little bit of a mantra that I've come up that I do and that I share with my clients, and that's to reframe my thinking and get really excited about failing. So I say things like, woohoo, I get to every day, and really embrace the fact that I will mess up. It's guaranteed. Why? Because I'm not perfect. I am an imperfectly perfect human at home, at work, in life. And the sooner that we can admit that to ourselves, the more gentle we can be in our practice. This also models self-forgiveness towards others, and it brings about a more harmonious workplace. So if that's what you're going for in your workplace, definitely try out this first one of self-forgiveness for making mistakes. The second is asking for help. And for me, asking for help is still a really hard thing. I was raised to be fiercely independent. I've always gone after what I was passionate about. I like to figure things out on my own. And at the end of the day, I tend to let my pride get in the way of allowing people in to help me and offer up new perspectives. So as I've gotten more into this line of work of coaching and consulting over the past several years, I have gotten more adept at asking people for help. Now, that said, the people that you're asking for help may not always be available. And the people that you are asking for help may not, if they are available, may not offer you the type of help that you're even needing or looking for. That said, it's a risk. So you're putting yourself out there, and that's something to look at too. If you don't ask for help, you're not taking any risk, therefore you don't fail. But do you kind of fail anyway because you're being short-sighted, right? So I think keeping your mind and your heart open and asking for help, taking that risk of getting help, no matter what it is. Maybe you're just asking someone to listen to you. Maybe you're asking for advice. Maybe you're asking for some feedback or input on a project that you're working on. Maybe you're asking someone to contribute tasks to the project that you're working on. Whatever it is that the ask is and you're asking for help, I say go for it and do it as a practice. Look at it as you will get better at asking for help the more you ask for help. Ask for what you need. Ask for what you want. Again, Be prepared to know that it may not always show up the way that you expect, and that's okay too. The Greater Good magazine that produces science-based mindfulness insights published a really great article, and in the article, and I'll link it down below, in the article they talk about what does the opposite of self-criticism look like? So for me, opposite of self-criticism is forgiveness, positive self-talk, and quite frankly, if that shit doesn't work, dark chocolate is always nice. But at the end of the day, really doing some deep thinking about what the opposite of self-criticism looks like for you, I think is super powerful. Guys, definitely let me hear from you in the comments below. I love to hear your feedback and love to engage with all of my viewers. And I hope that this is all very helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for next week when I do part 3 of this video series on self-compassion, which will be self-compassion at home. Until next time, keep on keeping on. Compassion rocks.